G'day, mate. Welcome to the Friday Facts. We've got number 310, and I have a mojo with me. Hey, mate.
I'm disappointed you didn't call them the Friday Flammalama Ding Dongs now. Hello.
Because I let you go with the Friday fluff. The Friday fluffy...
Friday flap for fluff for fluff.
Yeah, see? You do it way better than I do. But yeah, this week's all about glowing heat pipes. So...
Wow, classic.
Yeah, and WoW Classic. So, they got a few bugs left. One of the things about the bugs is it appears to be the train signals again, which we were commenting beforehand, like, there never used to be any problems with the train signals.
There never used to be any problem with the train signals, and then one unfortunate day, the incident happened.
Oh, the incident in 15... I want to say 15...
Oh, it was 1648-ish.
Okay. I thought it was 15. Yeah, no, 16... Yeah.
Like 1648, 49.
It's somewhere there where...
Somewhere there.
Train signals were ignored by all trains.
Yes.
It was definitely a map you wanted to load up and watch it play for about 20 seconds and just watch the chaos that ensued.
Especially if you had a big, busy junction.
Any junction.
Oh, just any junction, yeah.
So yeah, they're having more problems with train signals, which we're either putting down to somebody's playing with the core base code around trains, or they've been there forever and nobody's noticed. But yeah, the biggest problem they've got is the only person with the skill set to fix these train bugs is also deep in leveling his priest KOV on Priowood Village. So they're off playing WoW Classic, and
There's no trains in WoW Classic.
There's no trains in WoW Classic. There's no inserters in WoW Classic. I doubt there's assemblers in WoW Classic, and
only blacksmiths.
Only blacksmiths. Okay,
they're very low tech assembly.
Oh, very very low tech. But yeah, neither of us play WoW, so we're not exactly sure what the difference between modern WoW, which we both understand would have the original content from.
Well, I understand from watching people play it what's going on. It's the original one where, well, this is what I know, and it kind of worries me with fixing the train signals, is the power leveling is removed from WoW Classic. So it's going to be leveling that priest for a few months before we get our train signals fixed.
Entirely possible.
Very much so.
Look, I don't get it. I'm a Diablo fan. I've got every Diablo from 1 through to 3 with every expansion you can think of. And I have to admit, when Blizzard re-released Diablo 1 Classic version on GOG, I actually was really tempted to go dig out my discs and reinstall Diablo, and that's as far as I got. Because Diablo 3's there, so why would I want to go play a game from... Crap, I don't even know how old Diablo is.
97.
Yeah, 20 years old. Yeah, no.
97? 96 or 97.
Yeah.
You see, at that age, if you're off plus minus a year, it's all good.
Yeah, it's over 20 years, or it is 20 years. Either way, it's a long time ago. Like, I think it just comes down to the nostalgia factor, right? And
a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Friday Facts. So, they're waiting on the train signal fixes to do another potential stable candidate release, which is the 4th in a row, I think.
I lost count a while ago.
It's 4 or 5, one of those two. So they have written they have started writing the stable announcement blog post on the 4th iteration of we're going to go stable, and have produced a postcard image. The postcard image is something I'd really like to see, and I guess we'll see it when they go stable. And on the forum, they're down to 27 bugs. So,
Hooray.
Mr. I can't remember your name from last Friday Facts. You need to go find more bugs for them. Like 27 is really
dropping the
low.
ball there.
Yeah. So there's so few bugs left to deal with. Summer Team started working on post-stable features. Waybag's working on the new campaign. Ox is working on some detailed Pathfinder improvements, which is something I'm dying to see.
That's an
because
ongoing thing. We've seen a few other improvements before, and it says Pathfinder. I'm assuming it's Spider Pathfinder basically, and unit pathfinding.
yeah, well, that's the thing. So my current rocket per minute base, I was out killing biters en masse with artillery. Had a Kraken that is like 100 artillery wagons on a train, mass death, artillery range 7 or 8 or something, and it just obliterates everything. The catch is, my game is running at like 4 millisecond update for just the factory. The biters themselves were about 16 millisecond update for just biters. If I removed all the spawners and idle biters standing around spawners doing a whole lot of nothing, that was about 4 milliseconds. But I had like 12 milliseconds of just pathfinding for biters to come get me, which is a lot. In the end, I used a console command to just get rid of all the biters because it was slowing down a game with a factory that's not running, which is pretty sad.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to pathfinding improvements. I'm hoping they might make them slightly smarter as well. I'm sort of sick of seeing...
I believe currently there's some issues with them around cliffs.
Yeah,
where they're not the hit and miss was whether they recognise an actual barrier there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, I'm sick of having like a little like U shape of cliffs and just having like 100 biters standing on the other side of the cliffs, just waiting till they're stacked up thick enough that a biter would have no option but to run into the big pile of biters and get pushed to the left or the right so they could path around the cliffs. Yeah, it's a little bit sad. And our settings are started to work on some particle optimizations. And I know for Factorio, the particle effects come in whenever you fire a nuke, and there happens to be biters, and the two of them happen to collide. And this is why we get that little bit of lag whenever you fire a nuke into a whole biter nest.
Especially when you've got a mega base going where there's a noticeable dip.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to those optimizations as always. RCD always does good work.
Yeah, I did see him streaming that earlier too.
Yeah, he has been streaming a lot in the last week. I haven't seen... I know he's doing one on the map editor, and then I haven't seen the other ones above and beyond that. And of course, there are no VODs for us to go back and check on. So, it's one of those, you catch it live or you have no idea. And then we've got glowing heat pipes, which... Yes! This is really the guts of this Friday Facts. So heat pipes
Pretty
released
much.
in 15. Since then, the graphics department, contracted a debt with this feature. The original plan was to be able to visualize the amount of heat used to glow on the pipes. And then with 15 being so busy, they just didn't get time. They postponed it into 16, and here we are in 17. We're playing catch-up.
I have a feeling it also they couldn't put it into 15 because of rendering limitations. I just have a feeling because the rendering improvements were put in 16, I think.
Yeah, 16 had a lot of rendering
17.
changes. They 16, 17?
One of them. I remember now.
I think 17, 16, they did some optimizations and improvements to the rendering engine. And I think in 17, they just rebuilt the whole thing from scratch.
The one which gave you Beyond DX9.
That'd be 16. And then in 17, I'm pretty sure they've just rebuilt the whole render engine from scratch. Either way, we're going to have some glowing heat pipes. And I got to say, I like it. I love it. I like it. I do have one comment. So I looked this up because I expected Mojo to know the answers. Turns out he didn't, so I'm glad I looked it up. So
I was off by a little bit.
Like 1,000 degrees. So you start seeing things glow red hot at right around about 500 degrees Celsius, which is when heat pipes will start working for your reactors. And up to about 1,000 degrees, they sort of go over to yellow and over to orange. And then where Mojo was at 1,400 degrees is where they go white hot. So I would like to see that in Factorio. I'd love to see that, at the reactor end, it's a real orange color. And as it gets down past more and more heat exchangers, it sort of falls the gradient down to red. And it also means that when mods come out, because they will come out, and they have already come out already, where they have upped the temperature on the heat pipes and let them go a lot higher, we could have white hot heat pipes all over the ground because they're above 1500 C. So yeah,
And then I give it a week, and then someone releases a mod which lets it go up to like 2000 or 2500 degrees, and this is radiating
that's fine.
enough light to light up your entire make 1,000 tiles.
That's fine. I don't think it goes any hotter than white hot. I think white hot's really about it. Because
After that you're turning into plasma and vapor, pretty much.
Yeah, and melting pretty much any metal I can think of. So,
and a lot of rocks too.
Yeah. So, I love the change. I love the fact that we've got, especially you can see it on these reactors. We've got two powered, and as you can see, the heat pipes are wrapping around the reactors, and they're all lit up. Plus, we have an unpowered version, which is already hot.
Yeah, because reactors are, it's got heat pipes connected to it, and it itself is actually technically, as far as the game logically is concerned, is just a giant heat.
Yeah, which means if you actually want to save UPS, and this is one of those really, really out there pro tips, you can actually use a couple of powered reactors and a whole bunch of unpowered reactors to then move heat to all your heat exchangers. Expensive as hell, but technically saves UPS, just so you know. So as we can see, everything lights up. The final result, apart from beautiful, is also very, very readable for the player, which is the main point of the entire design. And as we can see from the bottom picture, we have the reactor, it's heating up. You can see it's passing the heat down the pipes. So I'm assuming that they don't actually start going to this red color till they get to 500 degrees. But I'd like
That's the way I take it.
Yeah, that's the way I take it as well. So you have that visual indication of this color, it's maxed out at the far left-hand side. Obviously, it's not warm enough yet. So I love the feature. I just want to see it go from red to orange and potentially white.
There's one potential thing you can do with it as well.
Yeah?
You can make glowing signs out of heat pipes now.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I just thought of it looking at the second picture. I was like, almost could be like a hello.
Yeah, I could start writing my name with heat pipes and then just whack a reactor at one end. And
yeah.
Hang on. Heat pipes, they don't cool down if you don't have a drain.
They go back down to 500.
Which is probably still red.
It's either glowing a little bit or maybe not at all. I'll probably have to wait and see.
Oh, so I could put down a reactor, write my name, remove the reactor, and it'd stay glowing forever. I like it. But yeah, the new graphics are already...
Actually, wouldn't it?
It would. Because
there's nothing to consume it.
Yeah. I don't think it goes down at all. I think it stays at, if you heat up to 1,000 degrees, it stays at 1,000 degrees.
Yeah, it should stay. It shouldn't go down.
I know heat pipes have a loss over distance, and they work on the similar principles to the fluid pipes. So maybe
fluid can't escape pipes.
I know fluid can't escape pipes, but maybe they've written in some sort of code that there's heat loss, and you'd have heat transferring from the far left to the far right, and having a loss as it transfers left to right and then right to left.
Maybe, but it would settle down after time anyway.
It would. I think it has settled down to your losses would get less and less and less until they become negligible, but they'd still be there. So maybe after 100 hours of gameplay, it might drop another 20 degrees or whatever it happens to be, but they still exist. Either way, definitely a plan as soon as the next update comes out, because these graphics are ready to go. They're already merged in a master. So they'll be included in the next experimental release, which will probably have new bugs for it, and then probably move back the next stable release another week. At the same time, I've got two questions. So we had Friday Facts 295, which had the chemical plant graphics. So that's 15 weeks ago now. We saw these and we said... It was said... They're almost done, basically done. We're ready to go, and we haven't seen them yet. And
maybe we'll see them in stable.
No, I want to see them before that. I want to see the updated graphics for just about everything before stable. And the other one I couldn't find, because I know it's in the Friday Facts somewhere, was the artillery wagon. Yeah, the artillery wagon came out before 17 was released. We got an updated sound for Artillery Wagon, updated graphics for Artillery Wagon. I'm wondering when they're going to come out next as well. So
What about the sound effects for the artillery wagon? I forgot
yeah,
about that.
yeah, that was in the video in
Oh,
the
that was
Friday
part of it.
Facts. Yeah, and I don't know which Friday Facts it was. I thought it was like the 280 range, but I've gone through most of these and I didn't see it. Cutscene controller. Maybe it was in that one.
Maybe.
No, I don't see it.
No?
No,
Artillery Wagon 1 was a long time ago.
it was.
No, it was way before the cutscene controller. The one where they were showing sounds and all kinds of things.
Yeah, you see it moving, you see it shooting artillery, you see sounds. Like, it's all there. It's all there somewhere. And yeah, it's still not in the game. So I'm really hoping that we get heat pipes, that the temperature of the heat determines, well, the temperature of the pipe determines what the color of the glow is, which I know might require a little bit more working, but I trust the guys over at Whoop to get it done. Chemical plants and artillery, because they're both done. I just want to see them. I want to play with them. Yeah, I know they
Do you know
might
what
be...
I really want to see more so than the chemical plants and the artillery?
What?
You open up the decon planner, and which tab is it? It's on the
The fourth tab?
fifth one, the question mark.
The fifth tab with the 4 question marks.
The fifth tab, which is the question mark, and the 4 red crosses. I'd like to see those be actual graphics.
Any graphics, like anything.
Anything.
Like literally, just write what it is on the question mark. Okay? Like, we're setting the bar really low here, Woob. Like, just tell us what it is so I don't have to hover literally over all 4 question marks. Wait for the tooltip to pop up to tell me what it is to then click one of them. Yep.
That would be fantastic.
God, we set the bar really low sometimes, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Anyway, I think that's a good spot to leave the Friday Facts then. Thank you guys for watching, as always. Hope you guys enjoy a Friday Facts that actually came out on Friday for us for a change. It's like
Hooray.
10 p.m. on a Friday rather than, I don't know, normally like 3 or 4 a.m. on a Saturday when Friday Facts comes out. So yeah, that's it from us. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. All right, bye.
Yep.